one thing that never really gets old is motherfuckers' sense of ratchetness. And we see this every day on our social medias, on fucking on the news. A lot of things, you know, they then become overly exerted, become fucking memes, and we really ride them the fuck out. One of the last ones, which threw me fucking off guard, because I heard people saying, and I hadn't yet seen the fucking meme, so I didn't understand shit about it, is that Cash Me Outside bitch. Beautiful little Juanita is gonna definitely make a terrible baby mama to whatever motherfuckers seem to put their dick into her. You know, I'm sure is gonna be infested in fucking cesspool of communicable diseases. This little bitch, you know, if you hadn't heard, you know, was on Dr. Phil, just one of those little ratchet ones he likes to put on there. You know, it was actually done a little while ago, so it took a little bit for people to, you know, to pick up steam and find his own little audience, for people to, you know, really nigga it up and, you know, put it out there for the world to be able to enjoy. And it just, you know, it showed just this girl, just this badass little girl that just, you know, is totally hood-ridden, you know, and has, you know, just this trailer parky kind of fucking urban, just sinister fucking shit to her. And it wasn't really a facade, or at least I don't know if it was, or, you know, I don't know how much she has to upkeep it. But there's a story not too long ago of her being on an airplane and, you know, having to come off twisted at a bitch. And, you know, we see her live infamy, you know, online through her Instagram posts and things of that nature. And you see that there's no nonstop to us. And the fact that she's recognized and she's known, she then kind of, like I said, whether it's a facade or not, has to upkeep and have to defend herself. And it gets into these sort of things that, what the shit that we build, you know, and the shit that we give, these are our fruit. And the fact that we're giving this into the world and we're just kind of adding fuel to the fire, and, you know, and are very entertained by it, it really makes me fucking wonder if, you know, we'll call them aliens, whatever, UFOs, whatever extraterrestrial beings, you know, that are probably up there in the quote unquote heavens. And I'm wondering how fucking hard of a laugh they're having at us, and even maybe laughing at me right now as I'm making this report to you, probably thinking like, motherfucker, if you could see the strings that we pull on your ass. And sometimes I feel like I see them, and, you know, it hurts. And I really want to break out of the matrix and, you know, figure out, you know, how to make heaven here, you know, as much as possible, as fast as possible, without, you know, totally fucking people over and, you know, breaking hearts, because that's not what I want to do. You know, we all want to find our love. We want to be able to find our happiness. A lot of times, like I said, it could take us through very, whether it be unproductive or just, you know, but can sometimes be lucrative, you know, parts of the world or in life that, you know, can just totally be distracting, if not beneficial, and hopefully uplifting. And that's what we're supposed to do. I feel like that's what we're meant to do. That's definitely why we're here, and why, you know, the motherfuckers that have a body, that aren't crippled, that, you know, are able to do a little bit of exercise, a little bit of cardio, a little bit of moving, you should be very thankful for that, because there's some people that really are stuck and, you know, may be blessed in other ways, but can be crippled, you know, for in one way or another, that, you know, just can limit so much. And we're just so ungrateful as a people sometimes. At least I know that I and it chokes me up, it fucks me up, it makes me fucking scratch and sniff and fucking feel like I'm, you know, Tukey trying to look for that next hit. And that's, although that's not, you know, exactly me, there's just some of us that we will find that one way or another, whether that be through adultery or whether that be through, you know, just being sinister to somebody. You know, I don't know if you remember Catfish, but motherfuckers go hard in the paint for that. They really, you know, find themselves immersed in this other world, you know, being this other thing. I mean, I've experienced with some homegirls that are just such like habitual fucking liars that they believe their own shit. And you might have a family member, this might be you, where, you know, you just come out with shit out the ass and you believe it. Like, you're so good, or you think you're so fucking good that you believe it. And in most mental healthness, you know, disabilities, there is a realm of being. If you've seen Split, then maybe you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It reinvigorated me, you know, thinking about it, you know, of our mental psychosis. That shit can then breed itself to be a whole nother thing. I mean, truly, and I never followed new agey shit, you know. I thought The Secret was a ripoff of other things and other shits combined. But truly, if you think it can be it. You know, for our words have the power to breathe life into existence, or to fucking tear down walls. You know, I think one of the biggest things that, you know, government has going for it, as far as the people that are afraid to overturn it, is that there's such easy ways to distract us. There's such easy ways to kind of cut off our air supply, that when shit were to go down, everyone has that, you know, do not press red button that they can press to either eject themselves into or out of shit. and with any security measure and any sort of entity that's overpowering and overlooking and constantly all up in our shit, I mean, that's going to be our U.S. government. I'm pretty sure, like I said, if ever they needed to drop a nuke on someone, whether physically speaking or, metaphorically, spiritually, however the fuck you want to call it, they're going to be able to do that, and it's going to throw us into a tiff. And I feel like it's terrible how it's so easy to knock us down individually because of how high technology is. I mean, you got to think about all the shit that you look up. There's a track list of it. Anytime you're going to get into some shit, they're going to be able to pull it up and try to connect A with B to figure out how the fuck you made it over to Z. And however smart you feel like you are, unless you can test and trial it, you're going to leave an imprint somehow, some way, digitally, spiritually, maybe physically. You're gonna leave this fucking bursted pipeline, and you're gonna spill some oil, and you're gonna definitely kill some things. And although we can be fucking perfect, it's that's where we need to find ourselves. That's where we really need to be able to figure out not only the niche of things, but again how we can fight our ways out. And what I was trying to make a point to earlier was that if we were to come all together, be unified, be pure, be without self-interest, unless we're all on the same common ground, without wavering, left or right, unless we're moving as a whole left and right and forward, up, down, or whatever fucking secret cheat code. We need to do shit in unison. And we'd be able to stand up and to fight against certain things. Like I said, it's so easy to be misdirected. That's what the beauty and power of sleight of hand tricks. You know what I'm saying? I'm confusing you with my left so I can come and get you with my right. And we got to be conscious of that. We really need to have our third eye open. And I'm sorry for getting so preachy or whatever. Hope I haven't lost you. Hopefully you're still listening. Find it. Definitely know where your strengths are. And try to chip away at what you feel our weaknesses are. And if you don't know, then the shit that catches you up. And if you're not being catched up, not being slipped, and unless you're constantly winning, you're probably not doing anything. And that's just as bad. Just how, and I forget that the scripture, I think it was the New Testament, I'm pretty sure they made sprinkles of it even in the Old. But when they talked about, the manager or the wealthy person kind of giving everybody the little fair shares, little percentages, little cuts, and wants them to, invest or to build and make more, there was that one cat who just buried it. And it makes me sad because I know when I was little, literally when I had treasures, I'd bury that bitch. Buried it right under the fucking maca, and I would store all my treasures in there. Now, unless, you have treasures and things that need to be safekeeping, that's one thing. But if it's something that can build, something that can make more, you'd be a fool not to do so. So to come back with it just because you're afraid of losing it, again, you never really lived. So let's try to, look beyond us, or actually look deep inside of us and, see what we can do to move us forward, see what maybe we can give up to try to gain, with all the talk of Lent and, not Lent. Now, Lent is the shit that people find on the belly buttons, but Lent, where you kind of, give up something, honor Christ, to show love and hope that you can gain. And that essence are also to be, deep prayer, because a lot of times you got to fast, and a lot of times we consume so much shit, whether that's electronically or actual grubbage wise, we fill ourselves with so much garbage that sometimes we gotta let go of something, even let's say it's not necessarily bad, but you gotta ease up on it at least for a little bit, because you might be doing too much. We got to try to find and sacrifice. So in that essence, what we do around here